What you're seeing is not private condominium development. It is public housing in downtown Brockton, Massachusetts. The work of the Brockton Housing Authority always involves improving the quality of life of its residents. But as you can see from Crescent Court, our work not only involves the transformation of Brockton's neighborhoods, but it also involves being a major partner with the city in the development of its economic future.
Where Crescent Court stands today was originally a downtown residential area of housing built in the early 1900s. The area was torn down in 1968, only to be rebuilt as barracks-style public housing typical of that era. By the early 2000s, Crescent Court increasingly contrasted with a city core that was transforming itself with refurbished schools, condos, businesses, and transportation hubs. Recognizing the need to bring Crescent Court into the downtown renaissance, the BHA moved ahead with modernization plans. With only limited government grants available, the BHA got the project off the ground by securing $8.2 million in pooled bond financing, pledging its capital fund resources as collateral. Persevering over the course of a nearly 2-year process to secure the financing, the BHA was the lead agency and the first in the state to secure this type of financing.
Crescent Court was a multi-phased undertaking that had two major obstacles or hurdles that we had to overcome. The first was financing. The other hurdle that we had to overcome was coordinating everything. Since it was multi-phased, we were successful because we had a long-term big picture view, and in the end, being able to secure all the financing that we did, I think the results say that it was a very successful endeavor.
We wanted design to be a paramount part of the project. We wanted to make the people that lived here feel good. We looked for problems and tried to solve problems. One of the problems was the brick ends of the building were solid brick ends. They had no windows in them. We felt that if we put windows in, we could solve two problems. We could bring light into the interior, into the living rooms, bedrooms, and kitchens, and then allow people to see outside and stop this no man's land that occurred between the buildings, and that's where the graffiti was the most prominent on the entire site. We introduced the use of special materials that people might normally associate with high-end design, like copper roofed entries, brick pillars at the gates, beautiful iron fencing, garden features. And we did that for the residents to be able to instill a sense of pride of where they lived. And we hope that that pride will also provide the sense of ownership, all of which ties into the work that's gone into downtown Brockton, the renaissance of Brockton, and how this particular housing complex now fits into the new downtown.
The project accomplished major objectives. A complete exterior redesign with increased roof pitches inspired by colonial Williamsburg architecture, creating an attractive village setting. Increased energy efficiency throughout. Livability improvements to meet modern standards. An improved sense of pride, purpose, and community with a renovated community center. Barrier-free walkways and other features. Over the course of roughly 15 years, Brockton's downtown area has undergone a process of rejuvenation. By transforming Crescent Court, the ongoing Renaissance effort was strengthened. Future development is currently in the planning stages, including the renovation of an entire city block. The results of the modernization reach into the Brockton community and into residents' lives.
Most of our Crescent Court residents are working families. The impact of the modernization of Crescent Court has been very, very significant to them. When they return from work, they have an opportunity to live in a beautiful place. and they also have an opportunity to raise their children in an atmosphere that gives them a lot of pride. In addition, the modernization of Crescent Court has contributed greatly to the renaissance of downtown Brockton.
We blend in. You know, all the areas are upgrading their neighborhoods. They're putting so much into their neighborhoods. Crescent Court now blends in with the rest of the neighborhoods. Downtown is revitalizing their area. The complexes around us are all vitalizing their area. They're putting new floors in, they're upgrading their cabinets, they're doing so much modernization. Crescent Court as well. We're like chameleons now. We kind of fit right in. You can't tell us. We don't stick out. We don't stick out. We're right where we should be.
The modernization provides developers and investors with confidence to invest in the downtown area. It has produced stimulative effects too. Ancillary programs have been implemented that have helped reduce crime, and the city made street and sewer improvements solely because of the Crescent Court project. Crescent Court now complements the downtown area as a desirable residential area, and one that invites additional pride and investment in Brockton's renaissance.
Crescent Court is another example of how the Brockton Housing Authority is transforming Brockton. One house, one block, one neighborhood at a time.